talk a little bit more about that. Just talk about, what's your vision and your hope for what we do with the foundation.
With the foundation? Yeah, man. So just like what I was saying about like the production part, like I'm a big liner notes person, right? And I think there's something about, I don't know. I think about like when I think about rap, like I think about like griots and I think about like oral history and oral tradition. But I love the piece of like how do we pass down the history of this place to folks. Like one of the hardest like I say hurdles to get over here is just like feeling like, oh, we never had this, or oh, we never had this, or like I don't have like like not having enough of the history of who did what before you to like be inspired
to know it's possible.
Yeah, and it's like that shouldn't come from an outside source. Right. I don't think that somebody externally should be able to tell you your history more than you know it yourself. Like I think that we should be able to like be kind of like beacons of that. Even me, like part of this is like I want to meet more people to learn more about what's happening in Virginia, right? So like I don't know everything, so I think that it's cool. So I think this is a really great way to get people excited about the preservation of what we have here to make more history, right? Like I don't want to just like look at the past and like what we've done. Like all right, cool. Right. How do we make more history, and how do we arm ourselves with what came before us in this space? So I'm really, really excited about the historical preservation piece of this because it just reminds me of a lot of like ancestral traditions, right? So I think that's extremely important. Yeah. The other thing is I think that it forces us to like really stake a claim for this place in a very different way, right? Like we are here for the preservation and the extension of this history to like learn what was before us, to like engage and move people forward, right? And like by saying that really pretty much draws a line in the sand of like if you are on this side, like there's a duty to uphold that, right? Like there's a duty to uphold like what this place has been. You know what I'm saying? And I think like we have been innovative in a lot of different ways in terms of like sounds, right? I think I love the piece of community engagement. Also your background in hospitality too. Yeah. Like how do we, I think I've seen a lot of the tangential pieces of this. So like the art, the fashion, all these things, they exist in their own silos. And I think it's cool to like really have a dedication to bringing all of those things together in tangible ways for people.
And make people understand how connected they really are.
Exactly, right? Like truly being able to kind of like break down influence. And, I really do want to archive this, right? Like this is us creating a living time capsule. And I think moving forward, like again, this isn't for people, right? Like this is like for people who sat down and was like, yo, why doesn't this exist? Like this doesn't exist. It should, and let's just like really, really make a moment. Like the only difference between like the first settlers and the place is just like somebody put a flag down or something, right? And but we are not the gatekeepers of Virginia music or sound. Like that's not the thing. If anything, like we are folks who are endlessly searching, right? And I think that we have an opportunity to get people to be proud of.
I mean, I feel like definitely from the standpoint of preserving the history, but also connecting it to the present and the future is a huge part of what I think is important for us to do with the foundation. Like, and I also like really appreciate, and I'm excited about it from my personal perspective of being a kid from Richmond who has lived in Northern Virginia and now currently is living in 757. Yeah. So like to touch all those different places, but like especially in being in 757 right now, like and living in 757 right now, but also like still being able to be connected with all of y'all here is like I'm like listening and I'm seeing, I'm like, yo, like they're doing this and we're doing this, and like this is the time for us to come together in a way where I feel like the timing of us doing this foundation thing, you know, combined with the energy that's happening in the state, like we just talked about it with Family at Cousins Festival, right? Like coming off the back of them having Cousins Festival for the second year, and Vic has got 757 on fire in Norfolk State. The Clips album has got everyone going crazy. I mean, Clips are about to perform at the Vatican today. We're probably about to, like, it's happening in a couple hours, but like, that's a moment that's just like, that's happening right now, that us starting this foundation right now to be able to figure out how we can help harness it and help direct people, but also like bring in our background experience in our lives outside of music to use our other superpowers to be able to say, like, this is how we make this as big as possible, to make the impact, because we need other people to understand, right? Like we know that we understand, but I think to do what we think is necessary to help it reach more people and make that bigger impact, there's some other people that have to be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. And this is how this thing is connected to bigger things, right, that are happening in the state, in the country, but it all connects back to what we got going on here in Virginia, but also like not just in Virginia history and culture, but the music history and culture, which is important.
It's extremely, I think it's extremely educational. I mean, like even in, what was it? I think Jaquan was talking about like the Lonnie Liston Smith sample, you know, and like Jay's like his first like single, like both sides being produced by like people from Virginia, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, then we get like the history of, that you can go deep into Lonnie Liston Smith, right? Like finding out like all of like the dope musicians from here. Yeah. You know, people like Harold Lilly, you know, who's been playing on like a ton of samples or whatnot. Yeah. Like I think that's what I'm saying, like that liner notes piece of this, where it's just like the same way that like listening to the sample connects you to like another artist, but like maybe you can come and like meet folks and just really find out about like all of like the great music that's happening here.